What if I told you that it's possible for someone to want physical intimacy when they haven't felt desire in a long time? This is because there are two types of desire, and one of them is hidden. Most people don't know about the hidden kind, and they certainly don't know how to access it. The kind of desire we know about, I call proactive desire. This is where sex is on your mind. You're interested in it. You're in the mood. You'd like to make this happen. This is what we tend to think of as libido or sex drive. And I think this is what we expect to feel. And when someone doesn't feel this, we assume something is wrong or they just don't have sex drive. But there's another kind of desire that I call reactive desire. Other people have called it responsive desire. This is where someone isn't thinking about sex. They are not in the mood. It could be the last thing on their mind. But if they got started, they got what they needed, the time they needed, the touch they needed, maybe their body wakes up. Maybe they end up aroused. Then they want sex. Now, nothing is broken with this. Nothing is going wrong. This is normal. It's a valid, common way that people experience desire. But it is hidden. The engine is cold and the person is starting at zero. Now, to tap into this desire, you need to both create opportunities that bring it out and move things out of the way that block it. So reactive or responsive desire needs opportunity. You have to start. You have to have something to react to. You've got to do this intentionally. It needs a willingness to start and to switch gears. Okay, your partner needs to be open to the idea of starting and seeing if they can get in the mood. It needs input. They've got to let you know, where do they want to start? What would feel good? They need to take an active role in figuring out what would feel good and right and what they would enjoy this time. It probably needs a different on-ramp. What works when the engine is running already may not be appealing at all when the engine is cold. Okay, you likely have to go slower, start with different things. This is often unfamiliar territory for a lot of people. You may know what to do when both of you come in hot. This is unfamiliar. So you might need to explore together to see what works. And it's not like it's a recipe that you can follow every time, right? You're going to need to communicate every time about what feels good, what feels right, what they want. And it needs flexibility. Someone who isn't in the mood yet cannot know if they will end up there. Okay, reactive desire shows up somewhere between 5% and 95% of the time, not 100. It has to be okay. Whatever you're doing doesn't end up in sexual desire or sex. That's what takes the risk out of it for them. All right, so let's talk a little bit about what gets in the way. Anything that creates pressure or expectation. Okay, reactive desire needs a big maybe. Maybe they'll end up interested, but maybe not, and that has to be okay. Being goal-oriented or attached to an outcome is going to make your partner unwilling to start or unable to relax enough to see if they become interested. If they think they have to finish anything they start, they're not going to show up unless they're sure they can finish, unless they're sure they can do the whole thing. This starts to lead to a lot of no. Okay, maybe you've even noticed a big reduction in how much physical affection between you. It could be they're afraid to start something that leads to an expectation. And then if they're experiencing things that are making desire or pleasure difficult, I mean, think about this: life stresses, sexual dysfunction, pain, changes in their bodies or their sexual functioning, mental health concerns, grief, trauma, stress, all these can make it difficult to be present, to focus on pleasure, and to end up in the mood. And then there's the stuff you might be doing that is making it almost impossible for your partner to be open to exploring reactive desire. I created a special training actually inside my Intimacy with Ease program about the 5 things you are likely doing that are turning your partner off and making them avoid this whole thing, cutting off basically any chance to tap into this reactive desire. I have made this special training available to you though, because it is such an important topic. Look for the link below this video, sign up. I think you're going to get a lot from it.